When we get engaged, we look at the person and we think they're perfect or almost perfect. So here's the news, and you're married couples, some of you newly married, but even the newly married already know, you did not marry a perfect person. Their feet are still stinky in the morning, or at least their breath is, right? And they don't look that glamorous, and they're a little bit messy and a little bit forgetful and a little bit irresponsible and sometimes a little bit rude and disrespectful. That's who you married. Every person has faults. And the way this rule goes is every person has 10 major things. 10 things you have to deal with, 10 faults. And when you exchange one person for another, you're simply exchanging 10 faults for 10 faults. There's nobody that doesn't have faults. So maybe it's better to live with a person whose faults that you know how to deal with already than to move on to somebody whose faults you don't even know how to deal with because they're different, and very often it's through the person's faults that you love them. For example, somebody's very disorganized. They're very impulsive. Disorganized, come on, pick up your clothing, pick up your socks. But that same character trait of impulsiveness and being all over the place is also what makes them a lot of fun and very spontaneous. So you give up that, say I want to find somebody who's not, who's very organized, and guess what? You may lose out some of the fun and some of the spontaneity. There's 10 faults. And I say this because, let's be honest over here, there's not a married person that I've met that at some point in their marriage didn't think, what if? Everyone does. It's natural. We made a choice, but we think, what if? What if? What if I had gone further? Maybe there's someone out there. Maybe, right? We all have the what ifs. That's natural. You're not evil or mean or... It's a what if, right? It's true. It's a what if. You don't have to nod, right? You don't have to look bad. It's a what if. So the answer to the what if is the 10 faults. Whatever faults you see, I have to tell you that when I was ready to get engaged to my wife, or to go out with my wife, she wasn't the only one I had on my list. I actually had 3 people that I had connected with through my teenagehood. My wife was the first one that I wanted to go out with. But if that hadn't worked, there were 2 others. And I ended up meeting those other 2 people later on in life. After they were married and had kids, I married them. One of them ended up marrying somebody I knew, and they came over our house. And when I looked at them, I said, thank you, God. My goodness gracious. Thank you, I ended up with this one. I could have ended up with this one. Oh, my goodness. Now, maybe if I'd ended up with that one, I'd be saying thank you, God, for that one. But I know how to work with this person. We've worked out the kinks. We bounce off of each other. 10 faults. Everyone has it.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.